Welcome to the second lesson, Lesson 2 in the Measures of Central Tendency Review Unit. So today we're going to be calculating the mean. So let's look at the first definition. The average is also referred to as the blank. The mean is the sum of a set of data divided by the number of items in the set of data. So the average, as we previously discussed, is also called the mean. And again, they sometimes say the word, I've seen it written as mean average. So the mean is the sum or the total of all of the items in the data set, and then we divide it by the number of data items. So let's practice this. It says use the data set from example A to find the mean, the average, of the quiz scores below. Be sure to show your work. Now, since we're using a calculator, you don't have to show me that 3 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3, but what I would like to see is I'd like to see the sum. And so the sum is when you do add all of these items. To find all the sum, you would add all of these numbers together, and that would equal the sum. So I want to know the total. Then I would like to see what number you're dividing by, which is the number of data items. So when it says show your work, that's what we're speaking about. We want to see the sum, the total, and the number of data items. And that way, when we see that, we can discover if there's an error somewhere. We will know that, oh, maybe we made an error finding the sum, or maybe we miscounted the number of data items. So take a moment now, please, and please add up 3 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6. So hopefully you used your calculator and you came up with the sum 47. So now let's count the number of data items. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 data items. So we're going to divide by 9. And this right here would be considered showing work. So now we know what numbers we worked with. If you need to pause, you can take 47 divided by 9 on your calculator, and you're going to get 5.2 repeating. So I'm glad we used this example because sometimes our mean does not actually end up being a nice whole number. So we're going to write this as 5.2 repeating. And if you have a scientific calculator and you wanted to know what that would be in fraction form, you would press second, PRB, which would convert this and then enter, convert it to 5 2/9. So that is the mean of this set of data. That would be the average. So what I'd like you to do now is complete the next examples. Please complete the following quiz attached to this lesson. And once again, I just want to remind you that you're finding the sum, which is the total of all the items, divided by the number of data items. If you don't have access to a calculator and you're trying to add these numbers, you may want to replace 8 with 8.0 in order to line up the decimals, just as a reminder. Would you after you finish the quiz, at the bottom of the quiz, there's going to be a question that asks you to explain in words how you calculate the mean. And if you would do that, pretend you're explaining it to a sibling or possibly a friend in words how you would calculate the mean. See you next lesson.